Yo, 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 what's going on? This is the NOC, the Nerds of Color, and we are back with another ShoPowSho. I am Kuyapi, aka Patrick Michael Strange, your Babinka boy, your holla holla homie, and wanting to be a Tocina Terminator, but I got the Dinaguan Destroyers, aka the amazing Ates, Cataphoric, and Viva Valentina. What's up, ladies?
Hey, doing good.
So y'all gotta teach me how to be a Dinaguan Destroyer.
We'll do our best.
Some Dinaguan. Have you ever had? Well, actually, yeah. You know what? For both of y'all, because I'm like, maybe Tina's had it, maybe Cass had it, but I don't know because they're still learning the foods. Have y'all ever had Dinaguan?
I have not. Chocolate meat.
Yeah, so Tina, you had chocolate meat. You know what's up with chocolate meat?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like
I
it?
knew what it is, but I've never had it. What did he ask?
Do you like it? Do you like Dinaguan?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Okay. What about Kat? We got to get you in there with the chocolate meat. Some people are afraid of it because it's cow's. Is it pig's blood or cow's blood, Tina? I can't remember.
Pig's blood.
But they like mix it with like vinegar. I think it's my ish. I love it. We're gonna have to get you down with the chocolate meat.
I'm not scared.
All right, good.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm so hungry. So maybe I have to make this quick one because I need to get some food. Anyway, I miss you guys. I love you guys. I hope you all are well. We have another exciting episode today. Shout out to Patricio and Lawrence and Justin, everybody over at Lumpia with a Vengeance. Recently, I caught the film, in the past couple of months. It launched at the Hawaiian Independent Film Festival. It had a great run. It won an award. I think Best Audience. It was really dope. And in that film, we have our guest for today, the amazing Abe Pagtama. He's a superstar actor. He's been in the game since the debut, y'all. And if y'all have recently seen our episode with Dante, y'all know how much Dante and the debut mean to me. So I'm super excited to have this gentleman, elder statesman in the game. Can I call him Anon? Can I call him Tito? I don't know, but we'll find out. Mr. Abe Pagtama, let's bring him in. Hey, come on in. You're on mute. Come on in. Unmute yourself. Yeah. No, we lost him on the video. Come on, bring it in. It's the other one. Here we go. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, thank you for inviting me here. It's an honor to be with you guys. So, yeah, I'm Abe Pagtama.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. It's a pleasure to have you. Seeing the list of credits and your experience of life that I saw from reading your bio. I can't wait to get into this. You are, as we stated earlier, kind of like the eldest person we've ever had on the show. So to me, I have much respect for my elders. And so I know you bring a lot of knowledge with you because you've lived it. And we as the youth, the new generation need to respect and learn from you all. So I'm doing I'm coming up to your palm to show that respect because we really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, like I said, in the beginning, it's an honor to be here. Yeah, I guess you can call I'm one of the elder. I've been acting since 1971, so probably I'm as old as your dad or grandpa or something like that. But it's been evolving, and I'm lucky that I seen you guys coming in the industry, because when I started, it was a struggle. It was a struggle in a way that. I almost changed my name to Chan or Kamakochi or whatever like that, because at that time there wasn't any Filipinos in the industry. And if you find somebody that says, you're a Filipino, where's that?
Yeah,
where's the Philippines? So it's somewhere in the Pacific Ocean or something like that. I'm just gonna tell you, just call me Hawaiian, because honestly, I was born in Hawaii. So.
Oh, wow. All right, well, let's start it from the beginning. I'm going to pass it to Tina with our first question out the gate, and then we'll lead into that, because already, I can't wait to learn more. So let me throw it to Tina, because we want to start from the seed to now. So we want to learn about your family, your parents, and then just from you growing up as a kid, because you've learned from that young age to then where you're at now. So let me throw it off to Tina to kick it off.
So where are you from? And where are your parents from?
Yeah, originally I was born in Hawaii, but I grew up in the Philippines. My parents brought me back there when I was about 1 year old, I guess. So growing in the Philippines, so that's where I learned the dialects, different dialects in the Philippines. So I do speak Tagalog, Ilocano, Cebuano, and of course a little English. So that's the way I started. But I was born in Hawaii.
Awesome. So let's talk about your parents. What led them to settling in Hawaii, and what brought them there from the Philippines? Or are they initially from Hawaii and moved, or, were they, can we get a little bit of their story to then going up there?
Yes, it's kind of a long history. Before, what do you call this? Have you heard about the Manongs and all like that?
Oh yeah.
About the Sakadas, the oldest of people that immigrated to Hawaii and become a laborer in the plantation, Hawaii, pineapple plantation. So that's where they were recruited just after the World War II. And
wow.
There was the last of the batch that went to Hawaii. They were recruited there to work in the plantation. Because at that time, Philippines was still a commonwealth of United States. So it's easier to get American citizen. Believe it or not, Filipinos were American citizens before they become independent. Mm-hmm. So it's easier for them to bring in somebody. But of course, they did that because it's still a cheap labor for the plantation. So, I have a little history about the Manongs, about the farm workers. I can tell you more about that. I have a privilege to work in Delano when I was young, because I was 17 years old when I came back to the United States. So I have that farm thing about working in the farm. So I have that history of, getting back to anyway, I came back in 1964. So that's when
the Philippines.
From the Philippines.
Okay. So
I went back. I went back when I was 1 year old and came back at 17 years old.
Okay.
And getting ready to be drafted in the service at the time again.
And what brought you back? Why did the family, or how was that going back to Hawaii from Philippines? And did you want to? How did you feel about that as a young Abe?
My dad has the idea that going back to the Philippines is that he's going to become a haciendero. Haciendero is something like having a lot of lands. And so when they were looking for Filipinos to immigrate or go back to Mindanao, was the southern part of the Philippines, to just come over here, we'll give you land and we'll give you all the lands that you want.
Wow.
But it was a hardship because it's a jungle. You can have all the lands that you want, but you have to clear up the jungle to start planting something. So when he said, "Oh, this is a hard job," but when he get a chance to come back to the United States again, he applied for it. So he came back first, and because I'm already an American citizen, it's easier for me to come back.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I didn't go to Hawaii anymore. I came back to Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, still staying in that time period, to maybe reflect into what you would later get into as an adult, and now as a even older adult with the acting. Were you into? Was there any acting, or did you watch any films or TV back then? Do we even have a lot of TVs? I feel so. And I'm sorry if that sounds. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
How did because what did you do for fun? And it's just different time period, and I'm just trying to.
What was it like growing up in the Philippines? How's that?
Yeah.
It was fun. I learned a lot. I never thought that I'd be coming back. Then everybody's telling me, "Hey, you're an American citizen. You're an American." So, yeah, but I look like you.
Yeah.
So when I came back in here, the first thing that I want to do is to work. We're new. We don't have any house. I started working and nothing like that. I was working, and believe it or not, $1 an hour. I was working $1 an hour as a busboy. And then because growing up in the Philippines, you always have that thing about making yourself bitter, when you were in the Philippines. So I consider myself that we're poor. I got to work. So I got me a job, and I was going to school. I was going to college at the time. And it was hard because I worked, and I got 2 or 3 part-time jobs. I was a busboy. So I started working as a busboy. Then I become a bellboy in Los Angeles International in the airport in LAX. But at that time, I was going to school, but I wasn't really doing any good because I have a problem of talking English. I still have that. I still have that accent. Of course, I still am. But so I didn't really do good in college. So I received a draft notice. So you got to go to service. So instead of being drafted, I volunteered. And the first time that I did is to volunteer for the Marines. So my dad says, "Are you crazy? Marines?"
Yeah.
So why didn't you try the Air Force for? So I tried the Air Force, and they took me anyway. So I joined the Air Force, and was sent to Amarillo, Texas for basic training. And after that, I went to Illinois, Chinook Air Force Base, which is not there anymore.
What was your job in the Air Force? What was your
fire department? I was a fireman.
okay.
I was a 5'7", 5'8" fireman, and I really like it. I adapted to that, and so I finished my school, and I went to Germany. Oh. So that's where I, for 4 years, from 67 to 71.
Wow.
So I got there, and it was fun. When I came back after my discharge, I was stationed in Georgia Air Force Base in Apple Valley or Victorville. And after that, I tried to get a job in the fire department, and I was told, you're too short. You're too short. Wow. Yeah, I did good. I got medals, to show that I can be a fireman. But at that time, you have to be 6-footer or something like that. So, okay.
Wow.
So I work in the post office. So I become a clerk in the post office, and I become a mailman. Then I still have the feeling of being military. So after that, after I came back from the Air Force, that's when I had the bug, or I have what they call a GI Bill. Mm-hmm. So what I'm gonna do with this? So this is okay. Let me try this. Let me go to acting school. Wow. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I went to Theater of Arts in Hollywood. They're still there in Vine, I think, and Vine and La Cienega, Theater of Arts.
So
and then I start doing Strasberg. I become really serious.
Wow.
And I was doing a stage play, something like that. And I was getting jobs, not really as an actor, but of course, atmosphere. You understand atmosphere?
Yeah.
Extra.
Yeah.
So I was getting a lot. So I said, okay, so I've been doing that. I was working in the post office. I went back to the post office again, and on the side, I was acting, going to school and all of that. And I was doing theaters, and I was getting jobs.
So what gave you the bug to get into that? Was it before you went into the service, living in LA, being in Hollywood, essentially, and kind of being around that environment? Did the bug kind of strike you then before you joined the military, and then you kind of found this time after, and you had your GI Bill, and later in that point, like, okay, I think I want to use it now. What was it that struck you that I want to pursue this? Was there like a particular film or an actor that you liked and was in love with, and what was it that got you with the bug, to do it?
I got bored. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And at that time, I don't know what to take. I'm going to be a nurse or accounting or something like that. I wasn't really there. So, of course, I like the theater. I have a little bit of, being in the Philippines, watching the movies in the Philippines and all like that. Okay. So, okay, let me try this. And I have fun doing it. And I believe I have a natural thing to do, being an actor also.
Yeah.
So I went through that. I never think about, I should get a good job, like being a nurse or accountant and all like that. And I never really think about it. It's just that I have to enjoy things. I don't want to be put in a pedestal that you're gonna make a lot of money and all like that. So I took the art side, and so I went to acting school. Um, I did a lot of theaters, small theaters. There's no big theaters like Broadway or like that, but it was okay. You get noticed and all of that. So, but like I said a while ago, that while going to school, I was getting called for a job, but it's not a speaking role or like that. But it's just being but you get paid, so it was fun. But also, I didn't really think that I'm going to do that full time because I got a job also. I work in the post office.
Yeah,
I was a mailman, so I got my regular job that pays me regular job, regular pay. But also I have the fun of doing acting at the same
moonlighting
time.
in a way.
Moonlighting,
Still getting paid for it too. Nice.
Yeah. Going ahead all the time, I always tell people when they ask me, what do you do when you become an actor? So make sure you got a good job that you get off from.
Have steady income while pursuing your dreams. That's a very practical advice. I like that.
It's very important because it's not something that at that time also, like I said, nobody knows about Filipinos. Like I said, I should change my name to Kim or Matsura or Chan. So, because I'm an Asian. Who's gonna just gonna hire me to be a Shakespeare?
So would you say the influences at that time or the casting directors were because they couldn't understand Filipino, that they would understand a Matsuda, like a Japanese or a Chinese last name more so than a Filipino last name?
Yes. Yeah, when you have a Sanchez or Ruiz last name, my name, what's that?
Yeah,
it's a Filipino thing. So where's the Philippines at? You don't know where the Philippines at? Okay, to be honest with you, I'm Hawaiian also.
Yeah, so,
that's easier. It is a lot easier, and it's true. So
yeah. So I got the bug, but again, there's something happened, and this is okay. I'm getting bored again, so I went back to the service again. I went back to the army at that time, in 1974. I went back to the army, and my mind is not really into something like that. Something that I want to be. Get married or anything like that. My mind wasn't there. It was somewhere else. And so I went back. I took the longest course in the army, which is about 18 months. And I took a 3 years contract. So after 18 months, I only got a few months left. So,
wow.
So I went back again. Then I was stationed again in Europe. In Belgium, actually, the ship there. But at that time, I was in Signal Corps in the U.S. Army.
Okay.
So, but the funny thing, while I was in the army, somebody been calling me up, say, "Hey, where are you?" She says, "I'm in Europe. We have a good part for you."
Wow.
In the movie, she says, "Yeah, but are you gonna pay for my way from Europe?" Says no. But again, I got the bug. While I was in the service, I was doing theaters also.
Oh, wow.
In the service. So I did that. I did some musicals and all like that. So at that time, I met my wife when I was in this going back to the army, and it's funny thing because she just arrived from the Philippines. About a month, we got married.
Oh wow!
In Philadelphia, I met her in Philadelphia.
And, how did y'all meet? What was it?
I was.
How was it?
I was in a training, for my Signal Corps in New Jersey, Fort McGuire, and she came to Philadelphia.
Okay.
So being a single and everybody else Filipinos, hey, let's go to Philadelphia. There's some new nurses there. So before I went to Europe, I told her, hey, I'm going to Europe. Just get married.
Classic military move.
Yeah, military.
Yeah.
Military Filipino love story. There it is. One was a nurse. One was in the service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there was a lot of military service. Most of them are Navy, and there's nurses. So we have a joke about the RN, registered nurse, because we say, oh, those are reserved for Navy.
Oh my gosh, I've known that term for forever, but I've never heard that used as such. I'm blown away.
Yeah, it's perfect. RN, reserved for Navy. There's a lot of them in the Philippines.
Wow.
So after that, we got together, we got married, and then I have my first child, Abe Pagtama, which is also right now he's a producer, writer, and he does a lot of editing. We have a thing called by the way, we have a YouTube. YouTube also.
We'll throw it in the description so everybody can go check it out.
Yeah,
and we'd love to have Gabe on too to tell his story.
Yeah, I'll forward you the information because he got a lot of things. He does. He's a writer. He wrote a book called What's on the Riot, based on true event. What's on the Riot? So you can check that out.
All right, we shall.
And he already have a script. So,
okay. All right, but we'll talk. We'll let him talk about it when he's on.
Yeah.
But we want to celebrate you right now. We'll let him.
Yeah. So that's what happened. After Europe, I came back. The reason why I didn't stay because my wife didn't like the service. So
that's the reason I ain't staying. I wasn't gonna have a military wife and have her go through all that trauma. Yeah,
I would have done it, but my wife didn't like it.
And you want to keep her happy, so you get out, and that's what I did.
You know what I say? To make your wife happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Do everything what you like. You don't want to have any problem.
Exactly,
ladies. So that's what I did. Then I have my son Abe Pagtama. He's a cool dude. I told him we joke a lot. Says that's my brother. Taller brother. Because he's tall. So about 6 feet. 6 feet. I'm only 5'4", 5'6" right now. 5'5". But he's 6'4". Anyway, he went to Loyola Marymount. He can tell you more about that in the interview.
Yeah.
So I came back. In the service, and I went back to the post office again. But at that time, I wasn't really into working, so I went back and then get back on the acting business.
Oh yeah.
So you when you become an actor, you always want to do acting again, whether you get paid or not. So it's in the blood now, So I came back and I start acting again, and took some more classes, commercial classes, and again. I was getting a lot of work again while I was going to school. To be honest with you, I got more commercials than theaters or like that. So that's when I'm eligible for retirement from the Actors Guild. And that's both of my money-wise, financial-wise, and acting is a commercial. I don't know if you've seen my commercial.
I saw the Bears one. I think it was Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi. That was a Super Bowl commercial.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 2006. And I got at that time when I don't know if you remember 2006, Janet Jackson was on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
that year, I was upstaged by Janet Jackson.
You were upstate.
Yeah, she did something weird. But according to a lot of people, that was one of the best commercial that year.
It was a great commercial.
Yes.
Definitely.
And if you go to, check it out, the 2006 Super Bowl commercial, Pepsi Beer, you know what I mean. So I got the bag on that. But going back again to acting, I was doing, at that time, I was really very involved in acting. I was a regular on The Hunter. I don't know if you heard about that. Hunter TV show, General Hospital, Cagney and Lacy.
Oh, yeah.
I worked on that project or TV show for 2 days, and the other one another 3 days. So vice versa. I was very busy, and the way I got my SAG card. Do you know Gary Shandling Show? Gary Shandling.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So were you AFTRA before SAG? Because you're doing so many television
I was AFTRA.
projects?
I was AFTRA.
Yeah,
And,
so was I. Yeah.
After I was got SAG.
Yeah.
So the way I got that is that I they want me for as an extra or atmosphere, but somebody made a mistake or something like that. They sent the script. So, you send in the script? I thought I'm supposed to be working as an extra. Yeah, don't you like it? Says, yeah, send it to me.
Heck yeah.
So I got that. I got my AFTRA, and then at that time $300 to join.
Yeah.
to join the union. So another of those luck thing that you do it. And after that, there was.
Well, so how was that experience though? Were you nervous? Was this your first time like really, delivering lines? How did that go for you? Like, did all the years of training, memorizing, and doing classes help out?
Yeah, because I did theaters. And, theaters, you really memorize your line. So it wasn't bad as I think. You're always nervous and all that.
Yeah.
Just try to remember, but nowadays, if I can do that again, I could do a better job because it's not the hell with it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
So that's my thinking right now, is to have fun and get in the character. When you get in the character, sometimes it just flows. You might forget some lines, but you get in the character and it become you.
Yeah.
So sometimes the director just let you go, because sometimes the one that you improvise is the better one than the one that you memorize it. So that's what I do nowadays. A lot of people ask me, how do you get into the character? To be honest with you, I don't prepare that much. I own because I don't want to think like I memorize the line. It has to be within me.
Yeah.
That I feel that character. So if the longest movie that I did that I have really long line, there wasn't any stopping on it, or it's about 10 pages of lines. And it took me a while to really get into that. But when I got into that, I tell myself, be in the character, and it just flows. This thing is what's going on. So don't worry sometimes about memorizing things, but try to understand the character you're playing.
Definitely.
When you understand the character you're playing, it will come out. And if you have a good actor, he just play it out also.
Yeah.
So it's become you and him, or whoever you're playing with. It become a natural thing. It become fun. It become you're the character, and you just do it. So
Exactly.
that's what I do nowadays. Okay, give me a line. I know I'm not the best reader when it comes, especially now when in the pandemic, because when I still have to learn how to use that, to have the script in the side and do the thing. And I just when I got it, it's fun. It's okay, no problem. You get more no's anyway in this industry, but when you get it, it's you just, hey, maybe next time I'll get it.
Yeah.
But nowadays, because people knows me, they don't even want to audition me or something like that. They already know what I can do.
Oh
So
yeah,
I can play. I can.
you
play
got that
12.
respect.
Yeah, yeah. In a way, again, I'm blessed that I've been getting all this the movies. It started when I was gone for about 5 or 10, maybe 7 or 8 years. Then I got the role of in a movie called Flipside. I don't know if you heard about it.
I have, and I can't wait to see that. There's a couple of projects that you've talked about. I've seen on, because we're Facebook friends and everything. That like, okay, I gotta check that one out. I have a list already. I have a long Abe Pagtama list of must sees.
It's in my IMDb. So, so anyway, I got that role. I did audition for that, and I'm really happy and honored to be on that. It's called Flipside. Flipside is the only Filipino and the first Filipino film that went to Sundance Film Festival.
Oh, wow.
So it's an honor to be that. And that's about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
we did that. And since then I did that. I never really have any break anymore. It was a continuous thing. And then I have, in the following year, we did debut. The Mercado family with the Basco brothers. Yeah. So we did that also. It was fun doing that, and that's where I met Dante Basco and on the brothers. I have a small part on it. Mm-hmm. But funny thing is that I worked on that as a union.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sad. So I talked to Gene Cajayon all the time. Hey, Gene, I just got a check. So you give a receipt. Well, so you probably made more money than I did because you're getting,
Yeah, you're on the union side, yeah.
Yeah, I won the union. So
we got a minimum when they got to pay us.
Yeah. So I like doing things to be, I don't mind not doing union at all. When I like it, especially if it's a Filipino film. Oh yeah. But I don't do any commercial. It's not union. Gosh. I always do commercial. It have to be a union.
Yeah. So if we can go back to like a little bit on Flipside and the debut, as a Filipino, working on those two projects that represented, our people, our culture. How was that for you, being involved with those projects, and then how did you get involved? Did they, were they already aware? Or had you worked with any of them before? Could you, speak on first, it being a Filipino project?
Yeah. On the flip side, I was recommended because I did theaters, the Filipino theaters in LA. So somebody said, why don't you audition for this, for the flip side? So I did that, and I guess the director, which is Rod Pulido, did that. He liked what I did. So, I think it was perfect if you ever get a chance to get a copy of Flipside. And I kept joking to Rod Pulido all the time, saying, hey, Rod, why don't we do a Flipside in color? Because it was black and white. Yeah. so it's really cool. It's about you guys, about growing up in the United States, and you don't see yourself in the TV at all. It's about that. So I think you guys, if you see that movie, you can really relate to that, to that flip side. On Debut or Mercado family at the time, I got in late. I got in late, but that's when I met. That's the first time I met Patricio. If you want to hear about, how Patricio got into that one, which is he likes it. my story, because when he got into that, he was still a student at USC.
Yeah.
And when he got there's okay, hi Pat, how you doing? Okay, I'm a student at cinema in USC. And the funny thing about that is that he tried to get in as an actor also, and he put in his costume and all that, but he never got called to be in the movie itself. But the thing is that when everything was already shown, he became an associate producer. How did you do that, Pod? from PA and trying to be an actor, not getting in the shoot at all. Now you become the associate producer.
Wow.
Then then I understand that he traveled with them. He went to school, universities, and show debut, and that's where he learned to be patient. Pat is a very patient guy. I really salute that guy. That I did a lot of movies with him. The short with Apple the App, the Apple song.
I was getting ready to say you were young Dante, or no? Were you? You were because you were in the Bebel,
yeah.
and you.
No,
you were
Bebot I wasn't, and I wasn't the Bebot. I was on the Apple the App song.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, the Apple song. Yeah, and Dante played you, or yep. Yeah.
I'm not sure he played me, but he was a serviceman or something like that. Maybe if you really dig in, I might be the older Dante or something. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I'm not really sure of that. but Pat remembers people.
Oh yeah.
So if you were working, he remembers you. And so I did also a music with Invid. It's a music. It's a music thing, a video, and I played a priest on that one. So he kept. Of course, I don't get the lead roles, but I really want to thank Pat that he always remembered me, because according to a lot of people at the time, they said without Abe Pagtama in your movie, it's not a FilAm movie.
Hey, that's enough. That's a lot.
Hey,
Oh.
So he called me back again of this movie, Lumpia 2. Yeah. And it was fun doing that. And,
what did you think of that concept? Was that like a lot of wasted lumpia for you? Like, man, why are you throwing the lumpia? We should be eating it.
I did question the guy what he want to do. I'm just happy to be with him, working with him again. So it took a long time from the time that they were doing fundraising and all like that. But again, he's very patient, and I seen him working on the set itself. Yeah, this guy got a lot of patience on people.
Oh, yeah.
And I really appreciate the AJ, of course, and Pat. Without them, Lumpia. Then I salute him for doing that.
Definitely.
And of course, I also aside from that, if you look at my IMDb, I also act in the Philippines.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you kind of like the differences of filming there and filming here, and more so, did you find it easier to be able to like speak, your native language, speaking in Tagalog or whatever dialect, being more natural?
It's weird
because
when I speak Tagalog, they say you have an American accent.
You can't win. You can't win.
Wow.
Accent in America, accent in the Philippines. You can't win.
Yeah. So, but you understand networking.
Yeah.
You got to understand that in this business. Without networking, then you're gonna be auditioning all your life because nobody knows you. But when everybody knows you already, then they just hey, let's get Abe on it. So I did 4 or 5 movies in the Philippines, and I become an associate some of them. But I'm doing it for fun when I go to the Philippines. It's really the money's not there. It's not there. But being an actor, hey, I can do that. I'll do that. I do it for fun. I do it in the time. So going back to the Philippines, I know a lot of big producers and directors, and personally, we have drinking time and all of that. We have beers and whatever. what you do, so you get connected. It's connection. It's network. You have to understand that. So my only suggestion to a lot of producers now: make sure you support everybody's project. Don't worry about this good movie or not like that. Make sure when they have something, you promote it too.
Oh yeah.
And when you do that, they will help you out also.
We're a community.
Yeah, it might not be the lead role, something like that, but if you're in that, and they will remember that. Again, we are Filipino Americans, a small market.
Yes.
Now, in order for us to be really up there, you gotta help everybody out. The young one, the young people. Sometimes I question a lot of people because the only time this shows up is when they have projects. For me, I continue doing that, whether I have a project or not, whether they hire me or not, or I did a lousy rating or audition, I still promote the thing, because we have to get together. We have to be one in order to get that. It took a long time for the Black people or the Asian American to do that, but in order for us, we have so much power as a film or Filipino. Do you know there's about more than 10 million Filipinos outside the Philippines?
Mm-hmm.
And 4 million are in the United States. And about 80,000 in Southern California only. It's 1.5 million in California only out of the 4 million. So there's only a few of us in the entertainment industry. So we have to be one. You have to be promoting it.
Yeah.
Like I did a movie called Stateside. I don't know if you heard about it already. It's already in Amazon.com. And this movie, I think a lot of people miss it because nobody pick it up.
Yeah.
But if you get a chance to look at it, if you got Prime, it's free. It's called the Stateside. Yeah. And then, of course, let's promote Lumpia, Lumpia Pigeons.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's keep doing that. When I did debut and flip side, I thought, wow, we're getting now. But it took another 20 years before it came back again. So we have to keep doing this, helping everybody out.
Oh, yeah.
Without that, nobody, like I said, in the promotion ourselves, nobody, if you don't promote yourself, who's going to promote you? Yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You're the only one who believes in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then nobody will believe you.
Definitely.
Because you don't even believe in yourself. So I understand, especially now with the social media, and you can promote yourself. It costs a lot of money to promote somebody else. The studio spend a lot of money doing that. Now you as an actor, you have the power to do it yourself. So don't be afraid. So I'm not good enough. No, you're good. If you believe in yourself that you're good, you are good.
Yeah.
So that's the only suggestion that I have, that the people should, even though they don't have any project, you should promote other people's project.
Oh, yeah.
Not only your project, because if you don't, they will understand that I might not do it. I will do it anyway, but other people don't, so a lot of people says, no, I'm not going to promote anybody. He didn't promote mine, so, you got to get away from that.
Yeah. I agree. But let me ask you on the flip side. Let me play kind of devil's advocate in a way, because you've been in a lot of projects. I've been in a lot of projects, although certain projects, they don't always maybe turn out the way you expect, or the story is not what you were originally told. And later in the editing, it comes out to be just something you probably just don't want to associate with, but you did it. Have you ever had anything like that? Or have you ever were asked to play a character that compromised your own morals? Either of those two questions do you want to tackle? And what did you learn from that?
I believe that I'm an actor. So whether it looks good to me in, doing that character, I play that character the best of my knowledge. Then people that understand that you are an actor, they say, hey, he played a bad guy. I didn't like the guy, but he played a good one. They play the bad guy. So for me, I'm an artist first, before criticizing somebody else, or you say, "Oh, the movie is not good." I don't like it. It's bad for the image and all like that. But sometimes, that bad image of yours, it's true. There's a good thing and bad things and everything, and that's including us, Filipinos. So whoever comes up with something that it's us. Don't be afraid to show it. It might be a bad script. I've seen a lot of bad script, and sometimes I don't understand what they're writing. And what I hate is that when I can't improvise it, because. But again, he's the director. He produced it, or you just have to do what he wants to do. You might not mention it a lot of times that you did that, but you did it because an actor, you really don't have a choice not to do it unless you won some lotto and become a producer yourself and you do it yourself.
Yeah.
But as long as you're just an actor, try to do whatever, or maybe sometimes I'm not available. I'm doing some other movies right now. I did a few things like that, So, but we really don't have right now a choice for us. We're just building this. Like, I'm getting old right now. To be honest with you, I'm not getting that much calls or something like that because it changes. But it's cool, that's life. You can't everything you have what you want. What's that song? You can't everything what you have. But as long as there are people that believe on what we're doing and keep writing, people writing about us, and like everybody else is saying right now, don't worry about the money or the financial thing that you need. Anybody can make a movie right now. You can edit, you can produce, get a group together, and just do it. And it's like what you're doing right now. You're in YouTube. I'm in YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can promote yourself. Just be honest to yourself that sometimes it doesn't go your way. But again, you have to be willing to take the chances to adapt to the new things. So it evolves. It evolves. It evolves from from the Manongs to what we are right now. If you dig into the history, my son wrote a book about that, the Watsonville riot, and from now and all like that, it's different. What I like about America is that it be able to adapt to change.
Oh yeah.
It was quite different from the year that I came in 1964 to now. There's a lot of things, but again, I encourage people to just keep writing, doing your thing, making movies.
Are there any particular stories from Philippine history, Filipino American history? Like you said, your son did the piece on the Watsonville riots. Were there any other beyond that? Are there any other particular stories from our history that you'd like to see on the big screen from us young filmmakers, or at all in the future?
There's always, if you dig in, there's always a piece of a period that Filipinos has history on it. Maybe nobody ever talk about it.
Oh yeah.
But if you really dig in and do that, there's always about, like, a good story is about the Filipino American in the service. There's so many things about that.
Oh yeah.
And
thank you for your service, sir, as well. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. I served as well in the U.S. Navy, so I salute you in your service.
You are RN, right? Reserve for Navy.
No, I wasn't an RN. I was a YN, actually. I was a YN, a yeoman.
Yeah, but I'm just, it's a joke that I came up with. You
I
know,
like
you're
it though. I'm gonna steal that one from you.
for the ladies, you know, if you're a nurse, so you're RN, okay?
So yeah,
it-
so you would say definitely Filipinos in the military. I like that as because
yeah,
I don't think a lot of people know our story. And
yeah.
yeah,
There's
And almost
just
everyone we talk
a
to
good
has-
story I came up with. It's like I was in Europe, and I was the only Filipino in there. And for 3 or 4 years, I didn't speak our language. So
Wow.
I learned all to the cash word and something like that because I didn't come home for 3 years. So
wow.
you know, with that being in the fire department, I worked 24 hours off. And the 24 hours, I kept drinking for, you know, we go from bar to bar. By the time I go to the bar, I'm drunk. It's getting ready. So there's so much things, small things, that your story as a Navy man, you know, what you did in the service, you should write about that, you know, and do something about it. Because there's other things that it might be small, but when you're dealing with military, yeah, he's your brother, man. You know, yeah, that happens to us. He might be a Filipino, but there are so many Filipinos in the Navy.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many stories about that.
Oh
So
yeah.
how about the story about you know, a chef in the Navy or stewards in the Navy when they were starting?
Oh yeah.
There's so much thing, you know,
Yeah.
that you're actually you know, the fleet commander because you serve the fleet commander, and you have more bitter food and all like that. You know, those are the things.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah. So, there's always story about, you know, it's like the ladies, and they're so beautiful, you know, about their intermarriage, their parents intermarriage between each other. There's a story. There are, somebody has just to write it, you know, and do it without, you know, like the saying was that you have a dream, but you never really work on it and make that dream come true
Mm-hmm.
because it was just a dream or it's just an idea. So make it happen. Make it happen, because now, no, if you don't make it happen, it's like nowadays you have a, you know, $200 camera, then you get editing, then you get a movie. You know, put everybody together and then make a movie. Don't be afraid. If to be honest with you, right now, you know, everybody can have the distribution.
Mhm.
You know, you can put it in Amazon.com and all like that. And you get you claim it. I got distribution, man. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that. No, I got distribution. So you can upload it in Amazon.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would say definitely utilizing the new technology and using these all these various mediums that we have at our disposal now, and writing what you know. That's kind of like what I'm getting from you, and I like that. Yeah, and a lot of us sleep on that. We forget that.
If you, I was listening to you, Dan Devlin says, you can put a group together. You know, it's just so easy, and it's not easy, but you have to do it. You can have distribution. A lot of people says, you know, getting in the bigger league is different, you know, in the studio, because everybody has something to sell before they get the money.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a group, this is I have this idea. We work together. You know, we can make movies. And says, oh man, it's talking about 2 or 3 years, and we haven't, you know, done anything yet. Says, you know, load it to Amazon.com and start promoting it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did with Stateside, and another movie because that we did the year we did nothing. It's you know, it's a really good movie also. They really did nothing. It's about immigrant that came to the United States, and it's uploaded also. And I have another good buddy. It's called Mati Abaya, Vampiraya. It's a story about vampires that came to San Francisco.
Yes,
and they're Filipinos.
Yeah.
And they won some award, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the only ones going to stop you doing it is you.
Very true.
Yeah, so,
you can be your own worst enemy sometimes. I feel.
Yeah, because you know you're starting to listen to love. It's not gonna work. This is I'm gonna make it work. So you know, I salute you guys that are doing this, and let's have some fun.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
What would you say you would like to see from us, from the next generation coming up? And you've dropped all these gems of, that I definitely am going to look back and focus on, and I appreciate all this, knowledge. What more would you say you want to see, and what can we expect from you coming up soon as well?
I have calls all the time, but it depends, with the pandemic and all like that. But I'm the type of person, especially in the entertainment movie industry. I'll stick to it. I'm not closing anything that people give me a call and just, we can't use you because you're older. It's fun. Everybody's gonna get old. The good thing about being an actor is that we never die. We just act that way sometimes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So both of my kids are in the industry. Gabe and my daughter is also a producer.
Oh wow!
She produced a lot of reality TV.
Okay.
Both of them went to Loyola Marymount. And I have my first grandkid, so I'm very happy with it.
That's beautiful.
Oh, she's so cute.
So did you give them the bug? Like, did the bugs come off of you into your kids? Like, they saw dad doing it, they're like, we want to do it too.
I think that's what happened, because their mom is a nurse, but they went to my side in professional wise.
Yeah.
Because when I was, they were a kid, they seen me performing in theaters.
Yeah.
And, they saw me doing that. So when they're ready to go to college, she said, hey, Dad, I'm going to take TV production. And my daughter did. So she did. She's also a good actress. But, now she's behind the camera. She's a producer. In fact, she's an Emmy producer in reality TV. And my son, also doing that. So didn't go with their mom's profession, which
That's
is,
awesome.
you want to make money, you become a nurse or accountant.
So you were very
didn't do
supportive of that fact, because for I would say me and the Ate's generation, we kind of get straight away from that because it's not money making. Because you kind of had that background. Was it for you? You're okay with them following in your footsteps? You didn't kind of put them into the other path?
No, because like I said, I did it my way. Growing up, and I never want to put myself in something that I don't like to do.
Okay.
Because life is too short. Suddenly, pandemic comes and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And what happened to the dreams that you have? Doing that. But also, I didn't force myself to go actor and all the just doing acting, because I know also that my idea is to take care of my family. So I have to work. It's like I said, before you become an actor, you have to have a good job.
Yeah. Words of wisdom.
That can let you go out, with audition and all like that in the side. So that's what I did. I didn't. I know I was a good actor, but I also know that, like when I was younger days, so if I only have one TV show for 3 years, I'll be set for life. It didn't happen to me. So but my priorities is my family.
Yeah.
So I have to work.
Yeah.
But let me do the fun thing also.
Yeah. You still
I'm in
have
Hollywood anyway.
fun,
I don't have to drive too far. So that's the reason why I do more commercial, because when I was working, I was also working in the Social Security Administration at telecommunication, customer service, the phone. And I could just say, hey, I never took in a supervisory job because I know I have to audition sometime. And I don't want people to know that he's gone. Where is he? And everybody's looking for me. So I can take off for 1 hour, 2 hours. And so I have a doctor's appointment. So, but I actually was auditioning. So that's the way I got my commercial, Pepsi commercial. I got that. And I was the first one who did that. and then somebody called me up and says, can you report to the wardrobe? But I don't have any callback yet. So why do you need a callback? You got it already.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
That's awesome, man.
So at one time I was having about at least 1 or 2 audition a week for the commercial. Maybe I should change my thing again and go back and doing that again. Yeah, it's fun. Commercial, the saying goes in commercial, you might be playing bad guy, but a good, funny. In the commercials that even though you're a bad guy, you have to be a likable good guy, a good guy, a bad guy. So,
Right.
and that's what I do. When I go in there, I just read the script. You never get the script anyway. When you do commercial, they just read something. So say, hey, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna do this. So what I know, because I get a lot of callbacks in commercial, you just have to have fun and have a good smile. So when I meet the casting director, says I got the biggest smile.
Kill him with kindness.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean, a likable guy.
There you
That's
go.
what commercial is.
Mhm.
In the movies, then you play character, then you really get into it. And I kind of like that because I was trained to be a character actor anyway. And when you go to theaters, you really dig in and feel the feeling of that character.
Mhm.
So I can do both, but I chose to have fun.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Abe, we have one more question to
Sure.
finish this up. I'm going to throw it to Kat. Go ahead, Kat.
All right. Well, this is where we do our nerd check for nerds of color. And we ask you what thing that you are enthusiastic or really interested in, that if you had to stand up on stage and give a talk about it, you could talk for an hour.
I think I just did that.
So you think it would be more like acting in the experience? I'm going to ask you a specific question then. What would be one of your favorite movies? I'm not going to say it has to be number one, but it has to be one that you love. It could be one you've been in or just one you've seen a lot.
I keep watching the Great Race or something like that with I forget the name already, but it's a war movie.
Oh, the Great Raid?
No, not Great Raid.
Great Raid.
Great Race. It's a war movie in Germany with man. I'm having a makeup.
Put you on the spot. When you put him on the spot, who's in it? Who's in it? Do you recall
I
who's in it?
don't remember his name anymore. But there's so many movies that I really like to watch. But just for entertainment, I really like action movies.
Okay.
Not in something like I'm making a statement, but just to watch movies. Right now, I'm doing a lot of Netflix, and I like the Korean teleseries about entrepreneurship.
Oh, okay.
And with the Bombay or Indian movie, I like the story because it's more like the Filipino story. Different things. So I watch that a lot. I'm not really into much on romantic anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Too old for that. Which is a lot of Filipinos. That majority of the Filipinos. But there's a movie that I did in the Philippines. I really like it. It's called Camera Obscura.
Ooh.
It's in black and white. It's about like the movie. What is it?
Artist.
Huh?
The Artist.
The Artist. This is my son. The Artist.
Okay.
It's like that. So if you get a chance to watch that, and the movie that really I like you guys to watch right now in Prime Amazon.com is the Stateside.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely gonna check
Definitely.
it out.
We put it on our movie list.
you watch that because I think really when I did my cameo on that one, it's really something that it will affect you.
Love it.
Bring a lot of napkins, like that.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
We've been crying a lot of few episodes, so we're ready. Yeah.
So yeah, talking about movies already, I was in the movies. Stateside is one of them that I highly suggest, which is available right now. Yeah, I for entertainment wise, I like action. Again, the Bollywood, and because there are different stories and all like that. And I want to do more in Filipino film. I have a great film right now in the Philippines. Also, his name is Michael Reb. He's only 27 years old, but he's upcoming big director. And Camera Obscura, of course, is not streaming right now, but it's one thing that I really like. When I'm not into one particular one, but when I want to be entertained, of course, action movies. I like action movies.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Love it.
Tito, thank you. This was
Oh,
really
thank you for being nice to me.
No, it's really cool just hearing your journey and hearing your unique story. So thank you so much for coming on here and sharing. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to talk to me some more, and I will. Patrick, I will send you the information on my son.
Yeah, we gotta get Gabe on there.
And daughter. I heard your
And daughter,
daughter's got it.
Yeah, we love to
too,
look
so
at the whole family.
yeah,
Yeah,
so mad love.
Yeah, you can Google them, Karen,
All right.
Karen Hickman or Karen Pagtama, and Gabe Pagtama.
yeah.
Definitely. And let us know how we can follow you online, and we'll also have that down in the description below. But for those listening as well, because we also have an audio version of the podcast beyond the video, tell them how they can follow you online.
Google me, Abe Pagtama.
All right.
And IMDb, Abe Pagtama, IMDb. Yeah, you can
We can
always.
find you on YouTube, right?
Yes, Abe Pagtama.
All right.
There we go.
Or Abe Gabe in YouTube.
Okay.
Our YouTube is youtube.com/Abe Gabe.
That is so super cute.
Yeah, because actually his name is also Abraham, but I gave him to Gabriel, so Abe Gabe.
Oh.
No, if we were together, we always joke that we're brothers. So
I love that so much.
yeah,
That's so sweet.
he's he's a cool dude. He's good looking too. He's single. So by the way,
Thank you so much, Abe.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure speaking
Google
with you.
him.
All right, boom. There you go. Abe Pagtama, Manog Abe. Just wisdom out the break, and I just love that family love there. So hopefully we'll have his daughter and his son Gabe on the show as well to highlight all the amazing work they're doing. So I loved it. That was pretty fun. How about you guys?
Yeah, he dropped some wisdom on us. Like I thought it was awesome that he was like, if you're going into acting, make sure you have a day job. Like pursue your dreams, like take care of your family.
Yeah.
And that was great.
It was kind of like that, where if you want to go to college, you still, he's about the arts, but make sure you're able to fund your way through that. Take care of yourself. I'm sorry, Kat, you were saying something.
Oh, you're fine. Just that, we talked to other actors, but him being in the game for so long, he definitely had like different perspectives on things.
Right.
And I thought that was really interesting.
And like it was so cool because he said, he was like, it's not a Filipino American film if Abe Pagtama is not in it. So,
Yeah.
Right, but he's like,
That was kind of cool.
he was both practical, where he was like, yeah, sometimes I had to take, just general Asian roles, and it even it was a good idea to change my name. But the minute that there was this like FilAm film community, he was like all for it, and super supportive and super behind it. So I thought that was a really kind of neat to see. Like, I mean, you really kind of had to be pragmatic about it back in the day. But the minute that there is this like different generation coming up, he's like 100% behind it. I think that's so great.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Yeah, just learning that, and shout out to Patricio, who helps really help bridge him out with the debut afterwards with that phase of his career. But before that, yeah, I just found that interesting is, having to contemplate changing your last name. And that was actually one of my big things, because when you join the union, I'm part of SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. And before that, I was in AFTRA, which is, so there's two different, at the time when I joined, there was the television and radio union called AFTRA, called American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. And then there was SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, for your feature films. And he comes from that same, because he's been in the game so long. Now it's a combined union with SAG-AFTRA. But when you join the Screen Actors Guild, I don't think it was a thing that when I joined AFTRA, you have to choose like the name you're going to go by. And I have to say that's something a lot of actors had to contemplate, because of when you submit your headshot resume and they look at it, people have kind of turned their heads when they've seen a resume from Patrick Michael Strange and they see my face. Mm-hmm. They're not expecting, I guess, a Pinoy or me when they see Patrick Michael Strange. And I thought about that. Like, I thought about dropping my last name and everything, but I just kept it me. But I've seen, I had an Indian friend at one time that his name was Raj Sandhu. And when he chose his name, when he joined the guild, he changed it to Roger Sands. And to me, that I actually had a whole screenplay that I wrote at that time, because that affected me. Like, having to change to American society, white society, due to that. And that's going to be a whole episode about filmmaking that I'd love to dive into with actors, and just, assimilation to white culture in the acting game when you're a person of culture that has a lot of pride in yourself. And so anyway, that was very interesting, and that he even experienced that way back then. But just a lot of great nuggets, man, that we can get. And again, we respect our elders and we get a lot of wisdom. A lot of people don't, show that love, where some people think, I know everything, or they want to learn on their own. History is bound to repeat yourself if you don't learn from history. And these people are the beacons of history. Respect your elders, man. That's it. I think that's the key thing from this episode. Respect your elders so you can learn, so you don't make the same mistakes. Feel me?
Yep, I agree. Yeah, that's 100%.
All right, y'all. Let's sign off for this episode. Let's go. Let's do it.
I'm Viva Valentina. You can find me at viva.valentina on Instagram and TikTok, and Viva Valentina XO on Twitter and chess.com. I'm your resident chess bully.
The chess bully.
She's waiting. I'm Cataphoric, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. We also have a ShoPowSho TikTok, and if you want more behind the scenes, you can check out our Patreon
or our coffee,
or buy us a coffee.
I love it. That just reminded me, I have Patreon episodes to get up, so stay tuned to that, because I've got work to do. I totally forgot, and it just reminded me just then. So sorry, ladies, I'm gonna get to work. Love y'all. I am Koya P, aka Patrick Michael Strange. You can follow me at Temple Far East and at Strange since 1977. At the Nerds of Color, which is our home daddy site to the ShoPowSho, and in our bigger pop culture sphere at the NRW and at New Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. We love y'all as always. We're always gonna represent for y'all, because it's for the culture, for the community. Salamat. Mahakita. We out of here.
Mahakita din.
Boom boom.
I'm Abe Pagtama. I'm an actor, entrepreneur. And yes, keep watching this video with NOC because they're gonna be fun, and they're not only doing it with the entertainment, but also across the board. They're doing this, and thank you. I'm Abe Pagtama. I'm an actor, entrepreneur, and I'm Filipino. 100% Filipino. Maybe there's some Chinese in there. You know how Filipinos are. And I want you guys to keep watching this NOC because they're doing something really great.